Hey guys, it's Jessica. This past week I read All Over the Map by Laura Fraser, and it is the last travel memoir I have on my TBR shelf for now. And actually, it wasn't half bad, which is a pleasant surprise, as the last two I've read have not been that great. It wasn't fantastic, but it wasn't terrible by any means. It's about a woman in her mid-40s who's traveling the world. She's a freelance writer, so she has a lot of writing jobs that cause her to go to different countries and try different new things. Laura Fraser wrote a book that I have not read, but I will probably go look for or purchase if I happen upon it, about a divorce, her divorce from her husband, and then meeting a professor in France. And he's in this book as well, so I almost feel like it's kind of a sequel. But I had a hard time connecting with this book because I am not in my mid-40s. I can't relate with a lot of the stuff that she's going through in All Over the Map. It was a good book. Don't get me wrong, it was a pretty good book. And the topics were interesting. It's just that I feel very disconnected from her, who is the main character, as it's a travel memoir. It's based on her life. But there were still times where it was like, oh, that's really funny, or oh, that's scary and unfortunate, and so there are those moments in the book that I can relate with, but for the most part it's just too distant. The writing is good though. The writing for what it is really good. She writes in a way that uses just enough detail to make you feel like you're in the streets with her and you're watching the same thing she's watching. Not so much detail like the last book I read, Wanderlust, where it was just so bogged down in detail that it was boring. It was so boring. I would definitely recommend this book to someone who enjoys travel, and maybe someone a little older, someone past the age of 30, I would say, because then the topics that this book revolves around would probably be a lot more relatable than they were to me. So I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, and I'll post an extensive review on my blog, which is just Jess Though at blogspot.com. I'll put a link down in the description. And so that's my review of All Over the Map by Laura Fraser. The next book I'm reading is Moon Called by Patricia Briggs. This is a book my sister recommended. I rarely to never read supernatural books, and that's what this is. It's about werewolves, as far as I can understand. And can we just talk about this cover and how terrible this cover is? Like, I do not want to be seen in public reading this book. It's just, the cover is so, it's just awful. But hopefully the cover is not a description of the content inside, because if it is, I'll have a hard time. But yeah, so that's my next read. If you've read All Over the Map or Laura Fraser's other book, please let me know what you think down below. The other book was called An Italian Affair, aptly named. If you've read An Italian Affair or All Over the Map, please let me know what you think below. And then actually, if you've read Moon Called, I'm really interested in what I'm getting myself into. So please let me know down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!